Welcome back to Tea Transitions, the space where women's stories, shifts, and quiet evolutions take center stage. Today, we are exploring a theme that feels simple on the surface, but it is often the hardest to practice: being kind to yourself. I'm Rosie.
Hi, I'm Farah. Welcome again, our audience.
Kindness towards others come naturally for many of us, but kindness towards us, especially during transitions, stress, or the uncertainty, can sometimes feel like a foreign language. So today, we are slowing down and wanting to talk about self-kindness, what it really look like in everyday life.
Exactly. I believe that we are our own harshest critic. We are the hardest on ourselves. At least for me, I'm not sure about you, but I know I am. I judge myself the worst. And I think some points we have to consider is how to forgive ourselves and ease up on the pressure. I feel that it is difficult. What about you?
And exactly that it is difficult, it is very heavy. And when life shifts, we get so overwhelmed, we get so exhausted. Instead of softening towards ourselves, we often become more critical.
Yeah.
We judge, I'm a type A. We judge our pace, our
Yes.
emotion, our bodies, and it affects our decisions too.
Yeah. And I think it also affects the people around us because we cannot forgive ourselves or, cut ourselves some slack. We tend to be very hard on others as well. What do you think?
I think it is because self-kindness requires you to be vulnerable. It asks us to acknowledge our limits, our needs, our humanity. I know sometimes I overlook all of this, and it can be uncomfortable sometimes. But because you just feel that it's your responsibility to get things done, to just shove it under the rug and move on, because we are so used to being in power, being in control of things.
Yes.
But we lack the consideration of what it impacted on our health and our mental.
I agree there. I think it's also about accepting your own flaws and limitations. I think we in that sense we're achievers and we think I can do this. Yeah. And if you can't do it, you kind of like, but why can't I do this when someone else can do this or whatever? It's not so much as in comparing yourself to other people, but it's the bar and the standard that you set for yourself.
Pride.
And then you when you don't achieve it, you get angry with yourself.
Yeah.
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 For the shortcoming.
What exactly does self-kindness look like? Let's talk about the what being kind actually truly means. It's not the bubble bath. In my world, it's not the bubble bath. I don't really enjoy spa because to me, laying down flat for an hour is a waste of time. But sometimes those can be lovely. Those can really go deeper than the surface. So others, your kindness may look like allowing yourself to rest without guilt.
Exactly.
To be able to speak to yourself with compassion. Expecting or should I say, letting go the unrealistic expectations.
Exactly. That you set upon yourself. I agree with it. For me,
and this is the most important thing. The ability to say no, be confident.
Yes.
Feel okay to say no.
Yes. And I think that is part and parcel of the expectations that you set on yourself, and all this goes back to not just successes, but again, I come up with the word limitation, you might not agree with the word limitation, but to me, knowing your own limits, as in how much you want, limits doesn't mean you set a low standard for yourself, but being
Doing your
able
best.
to, yes, to say no. That is a
Mm.
limitation that you have to set a boundary sometimes for your own self good.
Say no without apology.
Yes.
And
Okay.
accepting your own boundaries that you are doing your best.
Yes, exactly. I think again it comes down to phrasing,
Mm.
where, as you said, maybe I use the word limitation, but it's actually boundaries that you have to set in certain circumstances. And limitations may be for yourself, a standard, but boundaries may be in dealing with other people. You think?
How about giving yourself permission to be a human?
Yeah, that, of course. Yeah.
Because
Mm.
self-kindness in a nutshell itself is acknowledging that without judgment.
Mm.
You don't do until you do a self-reflection, you never judge yourself,
Mm.
but you criticize yourself more than anything else.
Exactly. And I think that's it, that negative talk to yourself, that being
Yeah.
self-critical. Sometimes you have to let it go and stop doing that to yourself. In that case, you are your own worst enemy,
Yeah.
right? So that doesn't help you. And we're not talking about other people affecting your sense of well-being. It's you. It's all in your hands.
Yep.
You are in control of it, and how much you want to give into it, or how much you want to think, oh, you know what, this is not good for me. I have to walk away from this.
So before we go deeper and deeper in this conversation, I
Mm.
just want to highlight that Farah and I are not experts. We are
Yeah.
not the therapists. We are not
Mm.
doctors. We are not clinicians. We
Mm.
are just ordinary women who just want to have a conversation, open up this platform for women, our global sisterhood community out
Mm-hmm.
there,
Yes.
to be able to share, to
Mm-hmm.
speak out, because your experience, my experience, Farah's experience are maybe slightly bit different or completely 180 degrees than yours.
Yes. Exactly.
We want to uplift and empower women that you have a voice. Your raw stories is going to be able to help another woman who is listening or watching this video, and at least indirectly give them the ability to say, if she can do it, I can too.
Exactly. And what we are relating, especially in this particular conversation, are our own experiences. This is exactly what we go through, the self-doubt, the negativity that we tell ourselves. This is not someone else's experience. This is Rosie and my own experience as to how we treat ourselves. So we brought up this conversation because we realized sometimes we are not kind to ourselves.
No,
And we just want to highlight that.
no.
And part and parcel of that is also to prioritize self-care.
Mhm.
It's part and parcel of being kind to yourself. Now, as she mentioned previously, self-care can just be resting more. Something
Yeah.
as simple as that. Doesn't mean you go out and buy a pair of shoes, go for a spa treatment. No, it's just having downtime for yourself. You could go for a run, you could go for a walk, you could spend time with people you care for, but some form of self-care.
In my world, I call it my me time. In my
Yes.
world, I call it no noise, quiet, peace,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm.
I'm content in my own world, just without the TV on, the music, or just being
Mm.
surrounded by my husband or even my 3 dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But that will help to eliminate all of the negativity and help press the reset button for me to look forward to the next hour or the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mantra personally for me is do one good deed every day.
Mm.
So if it's not for me, what can I do to empower other people, to help other people?
Mm. Yeah. I think part and parcel of self-care is setting up your own interests.
Mhm.
So, you might like to read or listen to music or have a hobby in particular that is only for you. And it's not being self-centered, but
No.
as Rosy puts it, it's me time. It's what
And
you enjoy.
and it's not even a dramatic time. You're not being dramatic. These are just, I'll call it small shifts, small transition, choosing to rest, choosing gentleness, choosing honesty to ourselves. We are
Exactly.
today living in a world whereby there's just too many moving parts, too many competition, unnecessary stress to us just because we want to be following the Jones, right? I want to look the same. I want to have the same. I want to talk the same. I want to be seen as the same, like your peers or like the other person. But how about this? I want to be myself and be comfortable and be content, be confident in my own skin. And yet I'm taking care of my own self, my own mental being, my heart. You don't have to sound the same. Because that's important. If you don't practice all of this, then you're not giving yourself that space to grow.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's it. It's like a good analogy is sleep. Your cells rejuvenate when you sleep. So it's the same thing. You need rest so that you can become better at whatever you're going to do or set your mind to. And I think that downtime is very important. And for me, we just did a session on cancer, and that lesson came very hard for me. So I learn now to rest and set boundaries, healthy boundaries. I don't accept every invitation. I know my limitations. I don't run around like a chicken without its head. So I do what I feel I can manage now, realistically.
Right.
The moment I
Right.
feel tired, I'm going to tell you I'm tired. I'm sorry. And I duck out.
I want to bring up one more topic on this. You mentioned, we are our own critic, which is true. We always tell ourselves that's never enough, not being good enough, not achieving enough. We all have those voices. I know I have. But we also have another voice that are the compassionate ones. Is the quiet one, is the softer one that's often drowned because of all these other noises,
Noise,
but
yeah.
it's there. So that's the point I want to bring out is when you recognize that, when you press the reset button, is you yourself choosing self-kindness and follow with that voices, the inner voices, doing the right thing for yourself.
And I think the phrasing of how you tell yourself when you cannot achieve something, we all need to reframe that and figure out a way to tell ourselves in a kinder tone, in a nicer tone.
How do you do it?
I think instead of telling yourself, oh, damn, you could have done that and you didn't, find a positive way to tell yourself that it is okay. I'll give you an example. For the longest time, I refused help in my house. Okay. And because I figured I can do this, then my back started giving out. Okay. And still I thought, yeah, I can do this. It's
Right.
not a problem. And eventually I gave in to it because a friend highlighted this to me. I know it's not about the money for you, but why don't you think of it as you're giving someone else an opportunity to earn that money? They need it. You need the rest. Don't you think it's a win-win situation? That then allowed me to give into it.
There you go.
But the psychology behind it is you need help.
You need help. So let's offer some practical ways of listening and some practice of self-kindness today. I think we've touched base on a few good pointers, right? Set one gentle boundary. Listen to your body. Ladies, I know you agree with me. At certain age, your body is telling you a lot what you need to do. So
What not to do.
True. So follow that inner voice. Take a minute break without multitasking. I have to remind myself this
Yeah,
all the time because I love
me too.
I'll be talking to them or the girls or you. I'm listening. I always say, I have my listening ears on and yet I'm doing something. No.
Yeah, and then I forget what I was doing.
Mm.
I'm doing three
Um,
or four things at the same time. Yeah,
we are superwoman, you remember?
yeah.
You also need to speak to yourself like you would speak to a friend.
Mhm.
Um, I love the fact that also lately, I celebrate small win.
Mhm.
Pop up and small wins can be cook something special. Small win could be go out because we don't really eat out that much. But it's just a gesture. Things to just you can pat on
Mhm.
your back and say you've done this wonderful job.
Mhm.
And how about this? Give yourself some time without rushing to fix it. When I say fix it, it could be lack of ingredients on a certain dish that you want to cook. It's fine. It is what it is. Modify it, throw in something else that would probably create a different taste, different flavor. Be creative and maybe give yourself a to-do list for the day. I know I have to have this in my calendar.
Me too.
Even for me,
Mhm.
not to have someone's name in my calendar, sometimes I don't want to talk to that person because I've just been programming myself that they can leave a voicemail, I'll follow up.
Mhm.
That will give me a good spread of a decent day and I can balance it well. Be kind to myself. Don't overload myself because you can only have 24 hours a day. How much more can you take? Can you take and can you do? Not much.
Mhm. Exactly. So I think what we want to highlight or just remind everyone out there as we actively remind ourselves, set boundaries,
Mhm.
take good care of yourself, be kind to yourself.
And give yourself a permission to not be perfect.
Yes, exactly. Accept your flaws.
Right.
So So, if you actually believe in amplifying women's voices, sharing stories like the way we have shared our own experiences,
Right.
please hit subscribe and join us every Thursday
Mhm.
at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Substack, yada, yada, yada.
We're all out there. Yes. We try to keep up with the trending world today because we know our followers, they are either in one platform and not the other or all of the above. Regardless,
Exactly.
we are there.
Yeah. So if you wish to be a guest and share your stories, now we can relate that story for you if you are shy to come on camera.
Mhm.
We have done that. So please email or DM us at hello@ttransitions.com. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with us and for allowing us to share our experiences.
And just remember, kindness to yourself is not selfish. It's foundational. It's how you refill your cup so you can continue navigating life's transitions with strength and softness. Till we see you next week. Bye.
Bye.